Good day, everyone, and good day, Mom. I am Jihan Repeso Brisones, and I am discussing the social justice and human rights. Our reports. Article 13 is built upon fundamental principles that guide its provisions. This is the principles and objectives. First is human dignity. The state recognize the inherent worth and value of every individual regardless of their background. It prioritizes measures to protect and enhance the right of all Filipinos to human dignity. The second is equality and equity. The state aims to reduce social, economic, and political inequalities and remove cultural inequities by equitably diffusing wealth and political power for the common good. The third is social responsibility. The article emphasizes shared responsibility between individuals, communities, and the government in achieving social justice and human rights. Next is economic opportunities. The state promotes economic opportunities based on freedom of initiative and self-reliance, recognizing the importance of individual agency and entrepreneurship. Next is participation and empowerment. The state recognizes the right of the Filipino and their organization to participate in decision-making process that affect their lives. Specific areas of focus. Section 4 mandates the state to undertake a comprehensive agri- agrarian reform program aimed at land distribution, farmer empowerment, support services. Um, ang land distribution, amoy siya naga-encourage ug nag-undertake sa distribution of all agricultural land subject to reasonable retention limits and the payment just compensation. Amo kibali ini siya naga-distribute sa mga lupa. The second is farmer empowerment. Di ba nasa kita kung ano ini siya. Aminisan sa mga trabahante o direct collectively the lands detail. Amin siya. Ang support services, amin siya naga-provide o naga-support sa mga farmer nato including sa ila kibali credit o legal culture, legal infrastructures and technology to ensure their success and economic well-being. The next is Article 13 addressed a wide range of social justice and human rights issues, including nga di ang labor rights. Section 3 guarantees full protection to all workers, both local and overseas, organized and unorganized. Siya ang right to self-organization. Workers have the right to form trade unions or join the union of their choice to protect their economic and social interests. Then, right to collective bargaining and negotiations. Worker have the right to bargain collective with their employees through representative of their own choosing. Third is right to peaceful concerted activities including the right to strike. Workers have the right to engage in peaceful and concerted activities, including strike to advance their interests. The last is right to secure of tenure, human condition of work, and a living wage. Workers are entitled to secure employment, safe and wealthy working condition, and fair comprehension that allows them to live with dignity. The next reporters is Rinalyn Reston.
Good day, everyone, especially to you, ma'am. So, Section 6 extends the principles of agrarian reform to the dispositions and utilizations of other natural resources, emphasizing. Under Section 6 of the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform to Law of 1988 extends the principles of agrarian reform to the dispositions and utilizations of other natural resources. So this section emphasizes two key aspects such as the stewardship and indigenous rights. So on stewardship, the state promotes responsible management and conservation of natural resources, considering ecological, developmental, and equity considerations. This means that the government is tasked with ensuring that the use of natural resources benefits everyone fairly and sustainable. So, uh, a mining company operating in a forest area must implement measures to minimize environmental damage and ensure the well-being of local communities. This should also consider the long-term impact of their operations on the ecosystem and the livelihood of people who depend on the forest. So, kinahanglan siguro sa gobyerno nga ang atong mga natural nga nga kahinguhaan gigamit sa maalamon nga paagi og gipanalipdan alang sa umabot nga mga generations. So, sa indigenous rights, the state recognizes the rights of indigenous communities to their essential lands. So this means that the government respects the historical and cultural ties that indigenous people have to their land and acknowledges their right to self-determination. So the government must consult with indigenous communities before any development projects are undertaken on their essential lands. So this ensures that their rights and interests are considered and that they have a say in how their land is used. So ang mga katutubong komunidad adunay katungod sa ilang mga yutang ginikanan. So nga importante alang sa ilang kultura o paagi sa kinabuhi. So ang urban land reform and housings, the comprehensive agrarian reform law primarily focuses on agricultural land, but the principles of equity and social justice can be applied to urban areas as well. So urban land reform and housings are crucial for addressing issues like slum dwelling, land grabbing, and in the degraded housing conditions. So the government can implement policies that promote the development of affordable housing projects. So particularly in urban areas where housing is scarce and expensive, they can also work to prevent land grabbing and ensure that marginalized communities have access to land ownerships and secure housing. Ang gobyerno, so ang 'di ba, ang gobyerno kinahanglan nga siguruhon nga ang tanan adunay access sa barato ug maayong puy-anan bisan unsa pa ang ilang kahimtang sa ekonomiya. So, sa Section 9. Section 9 addresses the need for affordable housing and basic services for underprivileged and homeless citizens in urban centers and resettlement areas. So, such as affordable housings and evictions preventions. So, ang affordable housings, the state undertakes a continuing program of urban land reform and housing, making decent housing and basic services available and affordable cost. This means that the government is committed to providing affordable and safe housing options for those who are struggling to find them. So the government can provide subsidies for low income families to help them afford the rent or purchase a home. They can also build public housing projects that offer affordable and safe living conditions. Ang gobyerno kinahanglan magtrabaho aron masiguro nga ang tanan adunay access sa usa ka maayong puy-anan bisan kung gamay lang ang ilang kwarta. Sa evictions preventions, urban or rural poor dwellers shall not be affected, nor their dwellings demolished except in accordance with law and in a just and humane manner. These provisions ensures that the government protects the rights of the poor and prevents them from being unfairly displaced from their homes. So, if a family is facing evictions, the government shall ensure that they have access to legal assistance and that they are given a fair chance to present their case. They should also be provided with alternative housing options if they are forced to move. So, ang gobyerno dili angay magtugot sa mga tawo nga magtanggal sa ilang mga bahay nga walay maayong rason o nga walay magtratas kanilang nga patas. So sa health, while not explicitly mentioned in Section 9, the broader context of the CARP emphasize the importance of providing access to healthcare for all Filipinos, including those living in urban centers and resettlement areas. So this includes ensuring that everyone has access to basic healthcare services such as preventive care and treatment and medications. So the government can implement programs that provide free or subsidized healthcare services to low-income families. They can also work to improve access to healthcare facilities in underserved areas. Sa Section 11 of 1987 Philippine Constitution emphasizes the state responsibility to provide accessible and affordable healthcare for all Filipinos. So, the government can implement programs that provide free or subsidized healthcare services to low-income families. So they can also work to improve access to healthcare facilities in underserved areas. So especially for those who are geographically isolated or lack transportations. So ang gobyerno nga kinahanglan nga masiguro nga ang tanan adunay access sa pag-atiman sa panglawas bisan unsa pa ang ilang kita o or Pinoy-anan og Pinoy-anan. So, sa women's rights, sa Section 14 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution specifically protects working women by providing safe and healthful working conditions. So, this includes taking into account their material functions and promoting opportunities for their welfare and development. So, so this this call involve providing maternity leave, so breastfeeding facilities and flexible work arrangements to support working mothers. So it also includes ensuring equal opportunities for women in the workplace, so such as access to training and promotions. So ang gobyerno, di ba, kinahanglan nga masiguro nga ang mga babaye nga nagtrabaho adunay luwas o himsog nga palibot sa trabaho nga nagtahod sa ilang mga panginahanglan isip mga inahan kana ang women's rights. So, as a people organizations, Article 13 of the 1987 Philippines Constitution recognizes the role of independent people's organizations in promoting the public interest. This allows citizens to pursue their legitimate collective interests through peaceful and lawful means. So, this call involved providing resources and legal support to people's organizations, allowing them to participate in policy-making processes and protecting their right to assembly and free speech. So, ang gobyerno, kinahanglan nga suportahan og dasigon ang mga lungsuranon sa pagporma og mga grupo og organisasyon aron mag-awhang alang sa ilang mga katungod ug interes. Sa Human Rights Commissions, Section 17 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution establishes an independent commissions on human rights. So the CHR has the mandate to investigate human rights violations, promote human rights education, and monitor the government's compliance with international human rights obligations. So, ang gobyerno naghimo og usa ka lawas nga espesipikong yon gitahasan sa kanang pagpanalipod og usa og pagpalambo sa mga katungod sa tawo alang sa tanang Pilipino.
Conclusion, Article 13 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution is a comprehensive framework for addressing various social and economic challenges, ensuring the protection and promotion of human dignity, equality, and empowerment for all Filipinos. It serves as a guiding principle for the government, civil society, and all citizens in their pursuit of a just and equitable society. And that's all. Thank you.